What is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, we're diving into some Pirate King adventures for the Gordon season, taking on level 90 with a full Momo run. So I'm just going to be showing you guys basically how I like to run this particular event after I've hit level 150. Basically, after level 150, you just sort of want to go through, hit your level 59 mini-bosses, and actually use Momo to get as much EXP as possible, as well as still farming up some turtles along the way. So, against Maha, basically I'm running double Momo. I've got a bunch of the boosted characters. Kid Law 75%, Marco Whitebeard an extra drop, Yamato's an extra drop, and Gear 5 is an extra 2 drops. And then this season, Momo is actually boosted as well. So that's the team. Those are the supports. Let's dive in. Now, the supports just make this a little bit smoother and a little bit faster of a run. Now, the supports aren't necessary at all to get this done, but they do make it a lot quicker. So if you guys don't have the supports, you can even drop it to like level 20 and just hit auto and just go from there. These teams will work auto. However, just to get it done a little bit faster for today's video, I am just going to actually tap my way through, and that way we can actually get it done. So we're just going to sort of single tap there. I meant to tap with Momo there, but I wasn't looking, and I actually tapped on Kid Law. But tapping on the Momo with the Wano Orbs is actually going to increase your attack boost, just making you do more damage later down the line. But nevertheless, we actually have the super type for this particular team, so that way we can actually just get access to that and just extend it anyway. To remove the attack down on this particular stage, we have the Jozu support. You don't really need to remove that attack down like at all, as you still do so much damage actually on that particular stage. Now against King and Queen, they give us paralysis and they give us blind. Momo gets around the blind, and then the Nami support gets around the paralysis. But you guys don't actually need the Nami support if you aren't hitting auto, because you can just use Kid Law here, and Kid Law will actually just kill this stage, and it's nice and simple from there. On the final stage against Maha, he puts up a barrier, but he also despairs you. So the support of Zoro for this particular team is actually so incredible, because he can remove the despair and he can remove the barrier. Now, ideally, you should have the attack boost of Momo still, but I like to use the Gear 5 special here because you just do a lot of damage, and it just means that that single tap is going to easily kill Maha, as you guys can see there. Now, the EXP we get is massive. It is a whopping 177,000 EXP. My hose ship is not level 12 either, so if you have a level 12 hose ship, this is going to be 190k, I believe, which is a massive amount of EXP. Disgusting amount if you guys are looking at boosting your account. But the upside to doing these mini boss fights is this particular screen right here. You get a reward drop. Now, I always prioritize green tickets over everything. On the map, I prioritize the chests, and usually I'll go for like turtles or cola. Now, ideally, I'll go for a rainbow chest if there is a rainbow chest there. The rainbow bento box is not really appetizing to me. I would rather take on the mini boss fights, as that green ticket, in my opinion, is just a lot better value. Now, versing Big Mom, the team is exactly the same because it is a max drop team in terms of what I can get, but the supports have changed. I'm using Hio on Luffy, and I'm using Beppo, Sachi, and Penguin on my Kid Law. As for the characters, they all remain the same. That was the team. Those are the supports. Let's dive on in. Now, if this is not the same season, if you guys are watching this in the future, or if you guys are wondering, hey, Stump, like, these characters aren't going to be boosted next season, or even Momo probably won't be boosted next season, you can still run the same setup. You just want to run Momo as your captains, and then bring subs that are going to give you extra drops, the most amount of drops. And this is what I have been doing whilst farming the 500 turtles. It just lets you guys get there so much faster. Now, if you guys want to get to the 500 turtles quicker and you don't want to farm EXP along the way, you just run, like, ideally running 2 Gear 5s. If you can find an Uta friend captain or a Fuji and Borsalino, you probably want to run them because they're going to give you more drops as well. But look, getting the 500 turtles, utilizing this strategy of keeping the mini boss stages low, is so damn valuable. Once you hit level 100 on the final boss stage 2, you will always fight 2 of them, as you guys can see here, and it works out quite nicely. Momo works so good for that previous stage 2, by the way. He just like gets around the resilience with his end of turn damage. It works like an absolute dream. We're then going to use Luffy with the Hio support here to remove that threshold. Big Mom could have damage reduction too, though, so that's why the Beppo, Sachi, Penguin support works so well here as well. So that way you can remove either, no matter what's coming your way. Now, on the final stage, against Big Mom, she puts up defense up. And it's a little bit annoying because if you are running an auto team for this, you do want to bring the young Sabo support on Luffy. That way you get around the defense up. But because I'm tapping my way through this, we can just use Kid Law. Now, Kid Law will set defense to 0, which is super nice for us because that way we don't have to worry about that defense. And then as you guys will see here, with the Momo attack boost, it works incredibly nicely to sort of just take out Big Mom and then just hit a couple goods to kill those units in the front. The Big Mom fight is super annoying. It will be back next season, which kind of sucks, but look, it is what it is. She's a super annoying fight. Very, very annoying fight. But nevertheless, you still want to get that EXP, and you still want to get this particular screen right here that can hopefully give you a little goodie like a green ticket. Beautiful. You love to see that. As for the PvP fights, if you guys are struggling with these PvP fights, always take the easier one. However, the more challenging PKA fight will have better rewards. So, let's take on this particular int-driven team with our free spirit team. I have Kid Law on it so they can actually nerf int-driven. And let's take on the PvP fight. Taking on the PvP fight is actually very valuable as well, because again, you will get that screen at the end. Now, if you guys want to min-max your account, doing your 3 PKA runs every single day is going to help just sort of maximize materials and mean that you can level up characters for stuff like Grand Party, for PvP. If you have those materials at your disposal, when you pull the copies of the unit, or you end up picking up the posters for particular units, you can easily get them to level 150 or level 130, level 120, like whatever it is, you guys will have the resources to do so. However, I do understand that doing PKA and doing this is actually quite tedious. Doing all of these runs and actually focusing on them does take a good 10 to 15 minutes per run. So that is going to take about half an hour to 45 minutes of your day. Doing the final boss fight is not essential though, as you do not get a final win screen as you guys have been seeing with these particular runs. So the ideal way, if you guys want to try and maximize your account but you don't want to use too much time, is just do these mini boss stages, get to the final fight, and then just quit and just leave the fight. I have done a video on this particular strat in the past, and basically what that does is it means that you don't have to do that grueling end fight over and over and over again for only the drop rewards that come on the actual map itself. It's very, very annoying that that's the case. I do wish there was some sort of reward system at the end for actually beating it, because it is the hardest fight, right? It is the pinnacle of the actual PKA season, and you should get better rewards than just those milestone rewards that are just built into the game. However, if you guys do want to maximize your EXP by min-maxing your accounts every single run, then this particular video is for you, because this is where we're actually going to be utilizing the Momo at the end. Now, as you get higher and higher up as well, this PvP fight gets actually really, really tough. Lucky for us, though, the Free Spirit team is absolutely insane. It's been running Riot ever since Anniversary, and it just keeps getting more and more additions to it that just make it so damn good. I've run it against this particular fight because Kid Law just sort of melt-driven powerhouse units. Reducing their defense in their passive doesn't seem crazy, but it actually does when the Free Spirit team does so much goddamn damage. So, as you can see, we didn't lose any of our frontline units. Zoro, Luffy, they might have died, but look, they have a revive, so they're so damn strong. Plus, our side characters and all of those extra statues we picked up along the way do give us a nice little buff. Now, for myself, I actually pick up the flags here. The flags are quite nice, because I do like to showcase a lot of characters, but if you guys are missing stuff like, I should have taken the turtles there. If you guys are missing stuff like Cola and whatnot, you definitely want to sort of pick that up along the way there. So let's move on to the final boss against Shanks now. As you can see, I have done level 150. This is basically what my buffs look like in terms of my characters. I have been prioritizing Usopp statues because level 150 was actually very challenging this season. And if you guys want to make it a lot easier for yourself, you definitely want to pick up these Usopp statues, because at buddy level 50, as you can see, you're getting a 50% buff to Sai characters. Now, once you've done that, you can focus on Nami. Nami is also going to buff Sai, which is super nice. So if you're prioritizing Nami and Usopp, it is going to make your life a little bit easier. I'm not going to bother about doing a double Momo team for level 150. It's just not worth it. The results the juice just ain't worth the squeeze, as my boy Captain Pappy says. So, we are doing level 90, and the team looks a little bit like this. If you have Gear 5 6-star and not 6+, just use him instead. You don't even need his special, so it'll work absolutely fine. But if you don't have Otoko, you can definitely use the free-to-play Opera on Whitebeard and Marco. So that's the team. Those are the supports. Let's dive on in for PKA level 90 in Momo's world. We're going to be tapping just with Momo on the first couple stages. That way we can sort of just continue that attack boost our way through. The upside to Momo and not autoing is he is very, very fast. However, the downside is if you are autoing, he's actually quite slow. So in the future, when he's not boosted, if the situation presents itself, I might look at doing Marco teams. Marco does have a tendency to be a little bit faster than Momo. However, Momo has access to Free Spirit, which is just infinitely better than Fighters, in my opinion. Now, if you guys don't have the Germa unit Limit Break expanded, or you don't have the Mr. 3 support, this particular team might struggle just a little bit, and you probably want to bring some cooldown reducers for your Germa, or if you have the Host Ship leveled up, the Host Ship is definitely going to help you guys out as well. Now, on the Yasop stage, he blows away your bottom row characters, and then he has a barrier for tandem orbs. This is where we're actually going to use our Germa special, so that way we can actually get through the tandem orb barrier, but they also become our captain for 2 turns. And the reason that's so valuable is on stage 4, there's actually a captain swap mechanic, but because Germa is our captain, we actually don't have to worry about that. Then we're going to get Momo to become our captain once again, and it just works out super hunky-dory here. Unfortunately, though, we don't have a way of getting around the special rewind, plus we want our blowaway units to come back. So what we're actually going to do here is we're just going to pass a turn. We still have damage reduction thanks to the Mr. 3 support, and that way we can get our blowaway characters back, and we just don't have to worry about the special reverse. Ben Beckman's going to bind us, but that's really not going to matter because Momo actually gets around that. On the second turn, we can use the super type of Momo. That way we extend that attack buff. We can then use the double special of Yori. That's going to give us a 3-turn chain boost. And then we remove the special bind, so we can use the Momo special to remove the attack down and the damage reduction. Once we've done that, we can just tap with our Momos. That's going to extend the attack buff. So that way we've definitely got it for the final stage. And then we can basically just bink out Shanks here. Shanks turns into an in character. He does give us Special Bind and Despair, but thanks to our supports and our sockets, we can get around the Despair here. We have Kanjuro, we have Rayleigh, and then we have Otoko. But like I said, you can utilize the support of Opera on Whitebeard and Marco to get around the rest of the Despair when you use their special. Utilizing Whitebeard and Marco's switch ability, and then their special gets around the Special Bind as well. That works out super nicely. And then finally, we can finish it off with our Gear 5 special to give us an orb buff. But I actually fat-fingered this when I was testing, and I actually beat it without tapping with Gear 5, or sorry, utilizing the Gear 5 special. So if you don't actually use that, don't stress, you can actually still kill there. End of turn damage from Momo gets around the resilience, and then thanks to the damage reduction that Whitebeard and Marco give, and the monstrous 115,000 HP, we can easily tank the death damage from Shanks as well. So that is level 90 PKA versus Shanks with the double Momo team. I do actually get a lot of drops there as well, which is nice, but unfortunately, you do not have a end screen to give you that extra ticket or an extra reward. So if you guys want to skip that final fight, I totally understand, but if you do want to maximize your EXP, that's the double Momo team for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video anyway. If you did, make sure to go down there, belt the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff for me. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.